Hey, there we go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to the live stream. My name is Jeff Fritz. Today is September 5th, 2019. We're going to write a little bit of code today. How's it going there, chat room? Good morning. It's so great to see you. Welsh Ronaldo is here. Dee Walsh, hello. Great to see you. Goran Howe. Good people. Yes, hello, good people. Good morning and so long, Dorian, says Sean. Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. Goodbye, Hurricane Dorian. It is. It didn't do as much damage as we were expecting to the States. And glad to see it. And moving along. Webface, good to see you. Musical Bookworm. Copper Beardy, hello. Kitty's Homestead, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Snoopaloopa, you dig the hat? You like the hat? That is a Jeff Fritz original. One of the few that I've... Well, I mean, the C# logo, the Super C# logo is... That's Dotnet Foundation. They make that. They make it available if you want to put it on stickers and whatever. I put this as a sticker inside of the sticker packs that we send out. I still have 2 I have to mail. And I hand it out at conferences as well. So, but only one other person in the world has this hat. And that's the Scott Hunter. Hey, Ancient Coder, good to see you. Got it very light in Daytona Beach. Glad to hear that, Sean. That is tremendous to hear that Hurricane Dorian wasn't that bad. I keep wanting to say Hurricane Dorian. Fairy Wings, thank you so much for that cheer. I appreciate the scoops. Look at that ice cream go by. Thanks so much. So... It did the alert, but it didn't do the alert. I tinkered with some settings here. We'll see how it goes. Let me get the music playing here in the background, and we'll talk about... We got a new preview release to our tools today. We'll talk through that. You know what? I'm going to go back. It's an original. I got to play Blue. This is Music to Code by our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. It's designed to get us in the flow, to get you in the groove, so that whatever task you're working on, you can get really focused on that, and all those other things that you might be worried about just kind of fade away, and you get into that, right, that state of flow, that hyper-focus. Music to Code by mtcb.pwop.com. 25-minute songs, there's 20 of them out there. Check it out. Support our friend, Carl Franklin. You saw him here on stream Tuesday. Let him know that you enjoy his music. Pick up your own copy today. JAF1021 is here. Good morning. Great to see you. TBD Gamer, hello. That was weird. You joined it when it's still hosting Strike Gaming. Yeah, it should have unhosted. It looks like it properly unhosted. When I look here. Yep, exiting host mode. Yeah, 10:04. So, we're good. All right. You bought Music to Code by, says Sushinator. Just have to use it more. It is tremendous. It is. M. Holloway, thank you for tuning in. Great to see you. I am... What happened here? What's this? What did we do here? Oh, we're good. We had a couple of announcements yesterday because there's a new version of not just ASP.NET, but .NET Core that were released yesterday. Let's head over to the blogs, and I will show that in just a second here. There we go. Let's cut over. There it is. .NET Core 3 Preview 9 was released yesterday, and I think we also have a Visual Studio release that came with that. Visual Studio? Or there was a preview. Visual Studio for Mac. No, we didn't get the latest here yet. But .NET Core 3 Preview 9 is now available. Is that Q Doggy? Good morning. Welcome. Was that a Windows 3.1.1 startup sound? Yes, it was, Yoda Droid. Yes, it was. Oh, we've got that ta-da ready. Visual Studio Preview release updates to Preview 9. Yeah, the Preview 9 came out in the Visual Studio preview. Words. The Visual Studio preview train updated to preview 9. Let's see it pop up here. There it is. 16.3 preview 3. So if you're following along like I am and you're using the preview versions of ASP.NET Core and Visual Studio so you can try the latest stuff for .NET Core, for Blazor, you're going to want to install the latest update here. And when you install that update, it'll automatically install preview 9 for you. So, some things that they have for us. Of course, .NET Core 3 is launching at .NET Conf. Of course it is. Of course it is. Visual Studio 16.3 Preview 3. You saw? I've already installed that, so you don't have to watch me install it. And we've got blah 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 blah. Okay, fine. This does contain a Go Live license for Visual Studio for .NET Core 3. You're going to need to update it within, I think it's a month or two of when the RTM, when the final version of .NET Core is released. And that's just, I mean, let's face it, nobody wants to support an older beta or preview release of their software when the RTM, when the final version is out. So that's pretty standard terms, right? You don't see folks supporting preview versions of their software much past when the full version is out. You took a chance using the preview version. You helped out by using that, and you got to use it without, typically without support. As you start to get support, if you want the support to continue, you got to update to the RTM. So this is great to see that this is now available. And over here, ASP.NET Core and Blazor updates for .NET Core 3 Preview 9. This is what we're going to do today. We'll go through and we're going to apply these updates. We'll do them to the Pixelbot project, and we'll walk through that and see what changes we need to make in order to bring that up to speed with Preview 9. A lot of great stuff in here. Some things moved around to help with organization, routing improvements. Okay. Excuse me. You can render multiple components from MVC. That's terrific, right? MVC, our Model View Controller user interface framework. Great to see that supports and you get this better integration with Blazor happening. This is one that I think is going to help us, and I hope addresses that memory leak issue that we found. And I started going through and debugging that with some of the engineers from the ASP.NET team yesterday, and we had a hard time reproducing it as we started to strip away some of the things in our project. I have a feeling it might be related to Akka. Not sure yet, but we'll do a little bit more with that. Sushinator asks, did I already install the captions plugin I talked about earlier? Yes, I did. Check out those captions. They are tremendous. They are really good.
Mgriff just resubscribed for 3 months.
Very cool. Mgriff, thanks so much for that resub. 3 months, that's going to put you into a red hat. You get the little hats next to your name for participating and being a member of our community. And I'll make a donation to Coder Dojo. They're helping folks train trainers, build facilities all over the world so anybody anywhere can grow their technical career. Thanks so much for your support. Hey yo, Jan Lyons, good to see you. Yes, so this is the new captions plugin. If you see the new closed captions, they're pretty good. They're really good, the accuracy on those. I'm very happy with them. So Mgriff subscribed with Twitch Prime. Of course, Twitch Prime you get for free if you have Amazon Prime. You get to subscribe to one channel free here on Twitch. Just click the button up above my head there if you don't have a Twitch Prime account, and you can choose where you want to use that one channel subscription. Get rid of those advertisements on that channel. If you choose to use it here, you'll get 17 emotes. You'll be able to throw emotes at the screen because all subscribers get to do that. And I'll make a donation this quarter to Coder Dojo. It's September too. If you want to buy your first subscription, It's half price here on Twitch. Half price! And you get to throw tacos. Look at that. Tacos going flying by. So, how's it going there, Blazer, Mr. Magoo? Great to see you. So, I really appreciate the support from our subscribers. And the reason that we have 17 emotes is because we've had so many subscribers. So, the more subscribers we have, the more emotes that you get when you subscribe to the channel. That's the way Twitch works. Andre
Etiatuk just resubscribed for 4 months. Anthem.
Not Anthem. And then rats. Well done there, Andre. Here, let me help you out with that. There we go. Thank you, Andre. I really appreciate those 4 months. Brave Cobra, great to see you. Svava, what mischief?
Arts Plunge just subscribed.
Arts Plunge. Thanks so much for that sub. Welcome.
Wild Genie just resubscribed for 2 months. C# hype bot, C# hype bot, C# hype bot.
Thank you so much, Wild Genie and Arts Plunge. That is tremendous. It is turning into a thank you stream. It's the beginning of the month. We do, right, folks have to renew. This is a sub-train. We're going to get into that today, Blazer, Mr. Magoo. Oh, yes, we will. Thanks so much for that. And I really appreciate all those subs. Always do. And we'll make those donations to Coder Dojo. Hey, Wild Genie. Thanks so much for the bits. Yes, half-price subs. It is phenomenal. So, half-price, Subway pays the other half, and they're making a donation. Little do they know. So, all right. So, we're taking a look at all the new features that we have here in ASP.NET Core Preview 9. Watching on the TV, says Brave Cobra. Sure beats watching on a phone. Yes. But you had to pause your AC game. What's the AC game? Apex? No, not AC. I don't know. Oh my gosh, DevXer.
DevXer just resubscribed for 2 months. I mean, half price.
Oh yeah. Look at
Moist Booty Boy just gifted 5 subs.
Moist Booty Boy, thank you so much for gifting those subs. And DevXer, thank you for that. I am Czar, BD Joe, Q Doggy, Yon Lions, you just got subscriptions to the channel, as well as M Holloway, 24. Congratulations. Thank you, Moist Booty Boy, for sharing those gift subs. And we're going to make donations to Coder Dojo. Phenomenal. Look at all that hype. Lots of hype. It's going flying by. I missed it. I missed queuing it that it was over there. Absolutely. Tremendous stuff. I appreciate you spreading the love there. Moist Booty Boy. Assassin's Creed Blazing Super C#. Ah, that AC. Okay. So, okay, we're going to get back into Preview 3 here. ASP.NET Core 3, Preview 9. Look at all the hype. And the popcorn. Oh, yeah. So, there's the unit test framework prototype that we talked about yesterday is available. Utility-based component classes for managing dependency injection scope. I'm not sure what that means yet. New client API for gRPC. This is great. I love seeing gRPC as part of ASP.NET Core 3. This is a way for us to call into other services using a very slim, very simple API surface to do that communication in a standard communication. But I still look at gRPC in GraphQL as trying to solve the same problems that we had with OData and WCF. They're all kind of dancing around the same problem of standardizing the way that we communicate between machines. So, Smab says, upgraded a couple of projects to Preview 9 this morning. The one where I implemented client-side authentication is very broken. Yeah, client-side authentication is going to be tricky. I hope we don't hit too much here. Andre says, however much this promo will cost Subway, like the 10 minutes here is like 10 subs, so $25 in 10 minutes on a normal stream. Imagine on streamers with like 10,000 viewers. Yeah, I imagine folks like like Doc and Tim are going to have a little bit of an impact on those numbers there. So, all right, let's take a look here at what's involved. So we've already got the Preview 9 SDK installed. We're going to update that Pixelbot project. Here it is over here. Let me close the installer. And we can install the new Blazor WebAssembly templates with the .NET new command. So let me grab that real quick. And make sure we have the latest versions of the templates, latest versions of the CLI. I did this install, like I said, earlier this morning. So, there we go. All right, one down. Upgrading an existing project. There's a full list of breaking changes. I like living dangerously. I'm going to just see what we can do here and...
Well, do your best.
Do my best. Let's see what we do. They moved authentication into a separate namespace and you haven't found it in the client yet. Oh boy. That could be a problem. Subway's going to be taking out a loan to pay for all these subs. I think they have completely missed what Twitch meant by sub. Yeah, you aren't kidding. Breaking change. Identity UI uses the new static web assets. Well, that's going to be a problem. That was at the beginning, so... We moved Identity UI to the new Static Web Assets feature introduced in 3. As part of the move, there are a few breaking API changes to note. Bootstrap 4 is the new default UI framework for Identity UI. Bootstrap 3 reached end of life. You need to migrate to a supported version. Selecting the framework is done by using the Identity UI framework version property in your project file. Oh boy. Add Identity UI overload that takes a UI framework parameter has been removed. If you're using Bootstrap 4, simply call add Identity UI if you're using Bootstrap 3. Additionally, add the following line to your project file inside of our property group. Yeah, that doesn't look like Identity UI. Let's see if we can find this. Let's see if we can go through and help SMAB with the problem that they're having here. So we're going to update all ASP.NET Core package references to 3.0.0 Preview 9 19424.4. It just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Doesn't it?
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
I sure do, Hans. I sure do. Let's go. We're going to open Coltoni Pixelbot right here. This project is designed to work with server-side Blazor. Oh my. We didn't need to oh my that. But yeah, we're going to open this. We're going to hit this. Let's see if we can create some ruckus. Figure out see where some of the bugs are. Hopefully nothing too bad. We'll create some issues as need be. Let me, like I said, I was helping the project team out last night. Let me check out the latest here, because I rolled back. Git checkout dev. So this will update me to that latest version that I committed to my development branch. Keep everything up to date. There's all the stuff. Darn Skippy were the guys that are gonna find this. SMAB was using things like cascading authentication state and authentication state provider in the client. We're using that in our other project. Maybe we'll update both projects and see if we find anything. So we have to update that ASP.NET version. So I'm going to go into project, build properties, props. We put the properties here, the version numbers here, so that we could just update them across all the projects with an indirect reference here, and it just works. And are close enough where just roll forward. I don't care, make it happen. We'll use that, and these properties are referenced that they're included as a variable in all of our projects that use ASP.NET. Brave Cobra asks, are we updating Core Wiki? We should go back and update that at some point. Part of me says let's update it to .NET Core 3 when the RTM hits. But that's a very good point. We should update that. And actually, the domain name's expired for Core Wiki. I'm going to need to go back and renew those. So it's still building. Of course, build failed. And we're going to start to see some of these ones. Unable to find Entity Framework Core tools with version 3.009.19424.4. Unable to find SQL Server with that version. Unable to find SQL Server with that version. Okay.
And then?
We're going to go back and look at the other comments and see what we can do to fix. Did CoreWiki ever get finished? No. No. We moved on. There's features that work, there's features that don't work, but it's not bad. We should make a Blazor version of CoreWiki. We could do that too. So let's go back. Let's go back to over here. I don't see anything right off the top with Entity Framework, and that makes me feel bad. Excuse me. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Here we go. So I have these, right? These are the variables for that ASP.NET Core version here. I'm going to put in the close enough version for Entity Framework over here because it's close enough. Just go find the version that's close enough, right? I feel like I could do ASP.NET Core close enough for the code generation over here and for the logging, right? Let's try dropping those two in there. See if this builds properly and what it looks like on the restore. Right, and close enough, I'm just telling it, go find something that's close enough. Right, that looks like Preview 9. Oh boy. Well, alright, the restores worked properly. Good. I'm going to go back over to our, where was the test project that it was pointing to? Test. This one. Neat. Well, I guess that one built too. Should build too. Codeman Codes, good to see you. Welcome. Let's see. 9 errors, and we're gonna find them all and fix them. Does not exist in the namespace Microsoft.Visual Basic. Huh? Huh? Why is it there? Well, that was weird. And up here too. Huh? I wasn't using Visual Basic. Let's rebuild and see what we got here. The Blue Wonder Codeman Codes referencing Code Rush's fanfare for Codeman Codes. Nice. Nice. Alright, we got a couple things here we're going to need to address. IURI helper cannot be found. And these are in our generated. So you know what, we're going to rebuild the solution so it regenerates these files. It didn't regenerate and save them properly. You can tell these are generated files with that g.cs indicator there. So I'm expecting it to still fail in a couple of these. Which is fine, right? IURI helper is now called Navigation Manager. Of course it is. Of course it is. Is that listed here? There it is. So, oh boy. Update implementations of IJS runtime to return value task. Let's continue walking down here. I'm going to go from top to bottom and see if I can find anywhere that we're referencing the IJS runtime. So if we call into this, it should be returning a value task. Well, I'm not referencing this. On after render async. Well, that's looks like it. We lost a. They renamed a event there. We'll come back. We'll see that. Add a using statement for Microsoft ASP.NET Core Components authorization into your imports.razor. Is that what you were looking for? I'm not returning value task there. I'm returning a string. So I'm thinking that works properly. But we're going to put this in the top level imports razor file. So here, that's our top level one. Okay. And part of me looks at this and wants to sort it. Right, let me move that one up there. Just right. And so this is, right, so I end up with system, then ASP.NET Core things, then the libraries that I'm referencing, and then my projects. So that feels a little bit cleaner to me. All right. Update all Blazor component parameters to be public. Public. I think I've got that. I think I've already got that. I think I do. I think I do.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah. Update all, update this. So I only referenced it in the one place, so I might be okay there. Replace calls to map Blazor hub with a single call to map Blazor hub. Well, right, let's see. Here. There it is. Yeah. I have a single call to it, so that looks okay. I wasn't mapping Blazor hub for a type of component, so I'm all right there. Replace calls to render component async and render static component async to use the new overloads to render component async. That's the same. Let me see if I use that anywhere. I don't think I do in this project. Or maybe I do. Okay. That take a render mode parameter. See render multiple Blazor components. What's that look like? Statically render the component with the specified parameters. Server. Render a marker where the component should be rendered interactively by the Blazor server app. Statically pre-render the component along with a marker to indicate the component should later be rendered interactively. Well, what's the default? You know? And I see chat room going there. Nope. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Really? See now, yeah, there isn't, it doesn't list a default. Which one should I use? So first bit of feedback, what's the default? You know? App? Like that? Static pre-reading, yes. Yep, this is the final preview before .NET Conf. Silly only. Hello, welcome. Let's see here. All right, so I guess that works. I don't know. Be nice if it, right, kind of told us here, hey, this is the way it used to run. Here's the path forward, right? If you just had the template. Yes, oh my goodness. So our follower count here is at 7,545. We're trying to get that to 8,000. The ends date disappeared. Why isn't it showing the ending date there? Let's see if we can fix that real quick. Let me take a quick look-see. Yes, Ecomath, quick, everyone invite 500 of their friends. We only need to get 500 people in. and we'll dye the beard rainbow. And it'll be amazing. It'll be glorious. Let's see here. Data. Goals? Yes, please. Our current number is 7543. Save that. It still doesn't have the ending date. Let's see here. Follower goal. Yeah, goal end date. It's there. Thank you for the follow. CA2 Live. Appreciate it. Yeah, the ending date it's not going to show. Well, that makes me feel sad. All right. But it's, yeah, we're less than 2 weeks. We're about 10 days away from the ending of this. And, yeah. So, start with 55. Let's get another scintillating sticker giveaway. Yes, absolutely. All right. Next, update App Razor to use the updated router component. Really? Let's go take a look at app.razor. Cascading authentication state. There's my router. App assembly. So if items are found, excuse me. Route view, render the matched component with its layout if it has one. Do I need to do all that? Can I just cheat and stay with that? Let's cheat and see if we can stay with that. Copper Beardy's dog would follow.
What'd you do?
They were banned from the internet last time. Oh no. Oh no. Don't you mess there in my internet. It's my internet. Remove page-specific imports Razor with the layout directive to use the default layout specified through the router instead. It's optional. Not going to do it. Remove any use of the page display component and replace with layout view, route view, or authorize route view as appropriate. I don't think I was using the page display. Let's do a quick look for that. And it's not clear what those new components do either. Right? There's IURI helper with navigation manager. Render content using a specific layout. Yep, so... Right, if it found, you can specify the default layout there. Authorize route view component is a route view that will only render the matched component if the user is authorized. Okay. Authorization rule for components are specified using the authorized attribute. The authorized route view component also sets up the authentication state as a cascading value if there isn't one already. If there isn't. So that tells me I don't need to. Otherwise, you could still manually set up the authentication state using a cascading value. Right. So I've already got that. I'm okay with that. You can optionally set the not authorized and authorizing parameters of the authorized route view. Not authorized. Okay. To specify content to display if the user is not authorized or authorization is still in progress. I'm going to want to do this at some point. Route to components from multiple assemblies. Yes. Yes. This I think we want to do because then we can put our our user activity train in those widgets that we want to display in the router by telling it go find from those other assemblies. This is good. I like this. This is something, yes. Yes. I like that. How can I celebrate this? Yes, I really like that.
You're You figured this all out already?
Yes, that's what I want to do. Smab had a hack in place to do this. Yeah, I think we definitely want to do this. In fact, I'm going to start doing it right now. Additional assemblies equals, and I'm going to tell it to look in, not pixelbot UI, pixelbot.standard features. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to have to give it an assembly reference. Okay, well, I know the chat room is in there, right? So let's give it an array. That's not an array. That's an array. Pixelbot standard features, screen widgets, sure. The chat room's in there. It's the first one. And I'm going to throw a big old type of around that. Right? So that's a type, that assembly. That's what I'm telling it to go look at. Right? Chat room is a type. Yeah, I know. There we go. That worked. Let's put a carriage return in here so that looks a little bit easier to manage. Right? Ah, my XML feels so much better. Excellent. Excellent. Wheelchair Sean, that is a fantastic idea for a sound effect. I need to get Mr. Burns. Excellent. And you know what? I think we need to hook that up. I think the chat room needs to be able to trigger Mr. Burns. I like it. I love it. I want so more of it. I don't know that reference. I wonder if they'll use this for tree shaking, async loading, and client-side Blazor in the future. Maybe. Michael Jolly suggests if there's one thing this stream needs, it's more sound effects. Oh yes, it does, because
It's alive!
and you control part of it. Can I tell you how scared Carl and Richard were that you were going to start triggering sound effects in the middle of the show, and we could use more cowbell? We can always use more cowbell. Absolutely. Cue a lawsuit by a certain mouse? No. You can use sound effects for parody. You can. There's a minimum duration that they need to be as well. That's why all of my sound effects are less than 5 seconds. So, thank you for the follow. Is that Miranda TV? Welcome. Okay, so that should actually now start loading things from my standard features. So the chat room widget, this should load up and be available. I shouldn't have to make this work. Ooh. There's a link to Mr. Burns wave files. Yes. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I do have some Bill and Ted sound effects that I just haven't wired up yet. Right? Let me move this over here so I don't get into too much trouble. Stream. Here. Yeah, strange things are afoot at the Circle K. This is the one that I really need to get in here. Sooner than later.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
I do need that. I need that to play when I come out of the intro. And I first show up on screen. Yeah. Alright. Do we have what we have here is a failure to communicate? No, we don't. All right. So that was the bit about routing. That is going to be tremendous. Here's that URI helper with Navigation Manager. Okay. So let's find, actually I want to do a replace. IURI, no, up here. IURI helper. And Visual Studio is going to help me with this because it can search across the entire solution for every place that I use IURI helper there. And let's... I'm going to do this one by hand. Navigation manager. Okay, that goes away. But when that's being used... Right? Okay, that still works. Alright. Where else is it being used? Okay, that's on the front page. That's fine. Where else? The sidebar for the navigation links. Yeah, I'm gonna let this fly. Yep. Go ahead, go do them all. Only one other place. Nice. Alright. I feel like that was a good fix, right? Yeah, you go figure that out. You go get your shine box. Go get your shine box. Right, because, ooh, I drink your milkshake. That's another good one. Not quite sure why that, right, that should work. And you renamed URI helper to nav manager. Well, that's not terrible either. That's not too bad. Yeah, go do it all. 7 of them. Fantastic. Save all that. I'm feeling lucky. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if it builds. So I did Control-Shift-B. You can see that in the corner thanks to Karnak. Oh, I've got an extra @ sign here. You're right. Oh, that's going to be a treat. There we go. But that doesn't... It's not highlighted as C#, right? Yeah, it's... Right?
Hey, listen.
Yes? You need to add using for Microsoft ASP.NET Core Components Web in the imports. Oh, I don't have an imports on this one. Right, because I'm over here. Up here. Microsoft ASP.NET Core Components.web. Okay. I'm going to grab these anyway while I'm here, and I'm going to put them into their own imports under screen widgets. Right, this way it's got the imports appropriately there. It's not really right. It's imports.razor, and I don't see. So I'll just whatever. Right, it's not going to create anything else behind it, so we'll just paste.
Boom goes the dynamite.
That was easy. Right, and that looks a little bit better. An excavator is tearing down a building across the street from DevExer. So on one side of me, you got this stream. On the other, watching things get destroyed. The same thing's happening here. Things are getting destroyed here. It's just different. I think the @ does belong there, doesn't it? Right? That's working. Let's see what happens there. No. Doesn't even like that one. Ah, there it goes. Right, is it picking that up? No, it's not picking that up as C# there. iWatcher3, welcome. Hello, hello. This feels like it needs, right... This should be @onClick. It should be. Right? Then it flips over. Yeah, now it's in the appropriate state. Right? That's still... Oh, it doesn't want... Wait a sec. Did they change that? No, it's a string. We're good. So... Right, that... you don't need a hard line... No. Let's see here. Yes, Razor is a templating language for ASP.NET. No, and also for Blazor that allow us to build and put stuff into WebAssembly if we'd like.
Listen.
Yes, Mab. I see the attention. That's why you called it Nav Manager. Oh, wait a sec. So if I shorten this... Instead of it thinking that's the static object that it's referencing. See if we get that to work. I'm missing a paren. What? What? Navigate to... I think you're wrong. I need an end there, and I need an end... Well, I need an end after it. That should work. Where am I missing this? Hey, Carrie! First day of week without a sick kid at home. Now you can work. Nice. That's not clear to me where it needs that extra... where it needs the extra paren there. And that highlight isn't right at all. Right, Nav Manager. And it's not finishing that. Navigate to, and it's not finishing that either. String URI, there it is. End paren for the navigate to, it's not highlighting that. End paren for the on click. If I put the at on those. There it works. I do need both ats. Okay. Typer namespace name authentication state could not be found in configuration model. Really? Because it's in authorization. Okay. Why is the lambda in brackets? Why not? I mean, if I... Right, even if I do that, it still gets confused. Yeah, look at that. So by wrapping it like that, right, I'm forcing that to be C#. Okay. So let's see if this is building. All right. After render async. So that looks like we have a rename of a method here. Let's keep reading through here. Remove any use of ref suppress field. I'm never using that. I'm not using that. Replace the previous revalidating authentication state provider code. I'm not using that either. Replace ASP.NET Core Components UI event args with system event args. And remove the UI prefix from all event args derived types. Uh-oh. All right. Let's see if we're using that anywhere. I think I might be. I know I am in the other project. Nope, not using that anywhere. We can actually do a find in all files using regular expressions. Right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We can do something like that. Oh, doesn't that make you feel good? That you can do UI, see it, it's not, it didn't pick up the casing properly. But, right, I can see here, nope, we're good there. Yep. Good. Alright, we're fine. Replace .NET Object Ref with .NET Object Reference. Don't think I'm using that one either. I'm going to turn off the regular expression search. Take a quick look-see. .NET Object Ref is how you can reference .NET objects from JavaScript. Frankus! Hello! This is ASP.NET hosting a server-side Blazor application. So that's good. On after render, here it is, and on render after async with on after render bool first render. Now, what's the bool first render argument? On after render. Like that. And what is that? On, right? What is that? There we go. First render set to true if this is the first time. So it's the first time the page is being rendered. Ah, okay. Nice. So if it's the first time the page is being rendered, I can do appropriate first time through things and inspect that. Mic got turned up. No, I just sat closer to the microphone. I was sitting back a little bit. So mic's been at the same level. All right. In gRPC projects, I'm not in a gRPC project. This is not the project you're looking for. Okay. Blazor libraries. Add a package reference to ASP.NET Core Components web package if you don't already have one. Then open the root imports Razor. Hey, I just did that. Let me make sure that this is in. Right, that this is being referenced here. Microsoft ASP.NET Core Components. Fantastic. All right. Troubleshooting guidance. Yeah, here, this is exactly what I was looking for. Event handlers like @onClick and @bind should be bold font and colorized as shown below when using Visual Studio in light mode. In dark mode, different. Do you want to use the first render in your method? No, not right now, but you need to so you match the same signature. So you need to make sure you implement methods that match the signature they're overriding, right? This is object-oriented, right? An object-oriented concept. This method on after render async is overriding a method with the same name in the base class, the component base. Well, we need to make sure that it has and it takes the same parameters. So you need to get those lined up. So I'm not doing authorization each time. Sure. That's not a bad idea right here. Right? If it's the first render and check the authorization, navigate. If it's past the first render, then presumably you're okay because we've already finished rendering it. So, yeah. That's a good catch there. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. AGR, Let me know. I'm happy to just AGR. All right. Will do. Okay. So let's see. Does this actually build? So we said build, and I'm watching the little doodad here. 1 succeeded, 5 up to date. So let's try building with the test project included. Come on. Come on. Build succeeded. Terrific. All right. We can go back to working on our project. Big money, no Emmys. We got it. Oh, yeah. There's another clip I could use, too. So many good clip suggestions today. Big money, no whammies. Oh, yeah. Thank you for the follow, Jets115. Welcome. And look forward to seeing you in the chat room. So we had been going through, now that we have the project updated, it should work. Carrie! Oh my goodness. Woohoo indeed! Oh my goodness. We need to make sure that it actually works. Absolutely. Thank you for the follow. Is that Arteju? Welcome. So yeah, let's see if this works. I'm going to start it without the debugger attached. Control F5. And we'll see what happens. And Carrie jumps to the lead. Yes, we will. I'll drop in a little bit of cheer graffiti on that. We are... Hey, I'm trying to click back here. We've been working in... Where was it? In our configuration razor file over here in our configuration model. And we're particularly working around the save that we're doing here. So before I finish checking there, I'm going to drop that cheer graffiti in here for Carrie. And today's... What day is today? Today's the 5th. 059. There we go. All right. It's not working. It's not working. Blazer Mr. Magoo asks, do you know anyone who would know why Roslyn code fixes don't work in Razor files? Yes, I do. Is there some magic to get them to work there? I don't know. But I would contact, the first person I would contact is Dan Roth. The router component requires a value for the parameter found. I don't think that was optional, was it, friends? So, looks like I need to do this. Rats. Okay. I wouldn't call that a... Whatever. You know what? Whatever. So, looks like we need to drop this into our router. Over here. Okay. Found context route data. Type of... Was it main layout? Is that? Yeah. Main layout. Not found, page not found. Sorry. That's whatever. That works for right now. Show me that working. Show me some routing. Hey, Docrin. Welcome. Just got a house. Well, congratulations. You just got a house. You redact that cheer. To each their own. Nope. No routing. There is no routing here. Failed to compare two elements in the array. The following routes are ambiguous. Yeah, that's right. They are. Because I'm trying to move them. So I'm going to remove this one because I want to move it over there. So that one's on me. Okay. Widgets. Right, I moved these ones over here. Right, and right now they don't do anything. So, yeah, I'm going to just delete this. Try that again now. Love to delete that. Nice when errors give you information. I completely agree, AGR. Yes. Just got a house. Yeah. And Docrin, oh yes, we are JavaScript users. Where's my project? Where is it? Thank you. Thank you very much. Hey! That looks like what I was looking for. Unable to cast object of type base feature configuration. This is where we left off. Oh, we're so close. Okay, and now I got my cheer back. Thank you. I'm so glad I got that cheer back again. Well done. Thank you. So what we were running into here is we're trying to persist. All right, and this is the object-oriented discussion issue problem that we're dealing with here. Let's close all but this. So we've saved off configuration for my channel here in this configuration c#fritz.json, right? And this is all the configuration stuff for it, and it even has the types for the objects that it's rehydrating back in our configuration class. But this is being stashed and as part of a dictionary under channel configuration here. It's a dictionary of type base feature configurations. But we've got a more right, we've got something that implements base feature configuration. We've got a more complex object, but it still implements the base class. We're not able, we lose that definition. We lose those features as we brought it into here. Is this the covariance contravariance problem with generics? Where we specify in and out parameters. Ecomath asks, any word on the memory bug? Not yet. I was working with engineers yesterday to debug it and try and reproduce it. So we are back to this week's problems. Yes, we're back to this. I think this is the covariance contravariance of a generic, right? Generics .NET covariance, right? And this is where you can specify the in and out. This might, I wonder if this is right. Let's talk about this, because this is a tricky concept. Covariance and contravariance enable implicit reference conversion for array types, delegate types, and generic type arguments. Aha! Covariance preserves assignment compatibility, and contravariance reverses it. I want to preserve that assignment compatibility. Yes. So, I think what we're looking for, right, where's the keyword here for it? In .NET Framework 4 or newer, C# supports covariance and contravariance in generic interfaces and delegates and allows for implicit conversion of generic type arguments. For more information, see variance in generic interfaces. Yes, please. I'd like to. Right, there's like a keyword that you have to use. It's like in or out. You have to pass in with that type. Using variants and interfaces for generic collections. Yes, please. Converting generic collections. Yeah. I'm looking for the keyword here. I don't see it. Several existing interfaces became covariant or contravariant. These include IEnumerable and IComparable. Well, I don't want those. I want the generic collection. So it looks like it's just burned into the object now. And you don't have to key in, have the keyword like it needed in previous versions of .NET. Alright. Now what? I'm not sure here. Right, this should be a generic type that... I want this to be a generic type that implements base feature configuration. Right, but I can't make that a generic like that. You know? Right, C# class property with a generic parameter. Something like that, right? Right? Yeah, see, it's not even a generic parameter, right? It's I want to pass in almost something that implements that interface. Right, or implements that base class and be able to cast it back out, but I'm losing that type. So if I roll that back, base configuration, wrong key. There we go. This doesn't implement an interface. Part of me thinks that I should have the interface here and be able to accept that interface. Something like this, right? And I'll just generate it here. No, go away. Is there a way that I can pull that up? Oh, yeah. Yep. So then, can I take this and make this feature configuration? And since it's an interface, will it still work? Let's give it a shot. Hey kids, statistics are fun! No. 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 Cannot convert from this to that. Well, this implements iFeature configuration. And oh, you know what? The get configuration for feature. Da 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 da. This. iFeature configuration. Return. Yes, this needs to be like that. Now I think we get it. Is T Swift now taking over for Bill Nye? No. The go-to, just habit of doing the find. What did we hit there? We hit another error. Cannot convert from iFeature configuration to base configuration. New feature dot configure. Okay. So, what was the other error? Yeah. Give that a shot. No! I knew it. I knew it. That's not working right there. This needs to be feature configuration. There we go. Now it builds. Here we go. Feeling good. This could be it. If it doesn't work, I might just... I could. Okay, configuration. No. Oh! Maybe? So... Oh, wow. Could not create an instance of type extensibility iFeature configuration. This is an interface or abstract class and cannot be instantiated. Duh. Path feature configuration user activation at user activity configuration dot type. When it was serializing. You're not supposed to be. Progress when the error message changes. You're not wrong. You're not. Okay. So this is a problem with this, the file storage channel configuration. Am I getting closer or am I digging deeper? Yeah. Yeah. Am I? A couple different ways I'm thinking to deal with this. It's running into an issue because it's an interface instead of a base type. What if we did a second pass at deserializing? What if we did a second pass such that, right, it's the deserialize here, where we're saying read all text from the configuration file. What if we loaded up the configuration? Let it do that with the base type. Take the interface out. And we do a second pass explicitly going through and deserializing each of the feature configurations and inserting those into the configuration object. Here. Channel configuration. Right? Turn these back to base configuration. Turn this to okay. So now it's working explicitly with the base configuration object, which implements the interface, so I'm okay with all my other changes. We're still good here. But when I'm doing this fetch and I deserialize the object, no, I don't want to do my own deserializer. The types are included in the serialized format. They are there. There it is. So it's not deserializing as that format. Like the quick and dirty way to get around this, I mean, all right, we can, folks are saying, we'll try system text JSON. So system text JSON right? I'm going to deserialize, right? JSON serializer, deserialize. String JSON return type. Right, and I can even do this with a, there we go. Right, if I try it this way. Right, so I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm just gonna do it with the, oh, you wound me, Visual Studio. Go. Do it. Yeah, Copper Beardy, I was missing a greater than. Drat. Okay, here we go. That's not good. I don't know what that was, but that didn't sound good. It was over here, this one. No? Try this again. I know you weren't able to connect. It don't work. Alright, so there it is working. Configuration. Hey! Wait a sec. Was that the contents of my configuration? Enabled true. And the type on the user activity was the first, was subscription. So it didn't load it. It still came through with the base feature type. It didn't actually give me the type that I specified. Let's go back over to the code. Let's update. Instead, we'll do the JSON serializer here. Funny, that still works. Right? I need that so I get the right one. What? It's just serialize. There we go. And the option, system text JSON serializer options. Type input type, no. Yeah, JSON serializer options. So this should be JSON serializer options. Okay. What are the options that I have here? Is indent in here? Indent is not. Right indented. Ah. Yes, please. There's one. Anything around the types? Nope. Nope, nope. Ignore read-only properties, ignore values. Dictionary key policy. No. No. Converters, that could be a thing. I'm gonna have to write some power converters. Allow trailing commas. No. Let's see what that does, how that works. And I may have to write a converter. Maybe. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to turn this on, set this to this thing. Put that like this. Save. Uh-oh. The given key C# Fritz was not present in the dictionary. Red alert. Right, because the channel's not running. That's fine. That's after the save. That did save. But it dropped all of my configuration stuff. Look at that. So, two things. I need to go back and I need to make sure that the notification, if the channel's not running, does nothing. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you joining us. And I'm going to be cutting off here in just a few minutes because I need to finish getting set up for today's Dev Intersection show on the Dev Intersection channel. My guest today is Kathleen Dollard, and we're going to be talking about C# 8. And we're going to be talking about all of that with my good friend Richard Campbell. So I hope you stick around. I hope you come back in just a little bit. I don't have my RAID myself configuration set up. That sounds weird, but trust me, it works. So doing that save, I've now completely lost this data. Yes, it is a proper hat for the occasion. How'd you guess? So changing this to the system text JSON, it dropped that extra data altogether. You know? If I change this back, right? If I change this back to right, and this was like this. Oh, come on. JSON convert. Right? So we have the system text JSON way to do this.
Oh my.
We'll see. Here it comes. And maybe. Oh, rats. Come on, try it again. We didn't knock down our server properly last time. There it comes. Configuration. There was nothing there for it to load, so I'm not too concerned about that. Save, and yeah, that's because that channel isn't running, and the data comes back. I gotta stick with Newtonsoft JSON on that one. That one's got the thing. That one works for me, but getting it to load properly now, I feel like I need a type converter so that we're sure that we load that thing properly and put it in there. Even then, we spent way too much time trying to work through something that is eventually going to be replaced, right? This is intended just for MVP. So, and then I'm just going to rip this out entirely. You know, I'm going to go back over here to channel configuration. And while this is where I want it to be, I think what we need to do just to get moving along here. Thank you for the follow. I think what I should do is have, and if I reference it, right, user activity configuration, right? I don't think I can reference it that direction because it's down here, and this, oh no, we can reference that. I can reference this directly. I already am. Right? I can reference that. Right, if I just put that in there, I should be able to get the... no. Right, I just need to get past this little bit here. It's not in there. It's in, yeah. Isn't that being referenced up here? Yeah, it's right there. So... why am I not able... oh, wait a sec. No, this is somewhere else. Oh, crumbs. This is in the domain class. Oh, down here. It's there. I'm somewhere different, not where I thought I was. Did I put the type name handling setting on serialize and deserialize? I didn't put it on deserialize. I did not. Deserialize object, file read all text, JSON serializer settings. Okay. So let's put that on here, right? Which is that, right? See if that works. You might have, I'll be really happy if that works, Ultramark. You might be onto something there. That could be the thing. It would be amazing. High compliments. Let's see if this works.
Everything is awesome.
Oh my gosh! Are you freaking kidding me? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Ship it. We can write JSON now. Okay. So now we have the features. We can push back and forth, and I didn't need to do that ugly hack. I hope system text JSON gets that feature, because that saved my keister there. Good call. Who was it who said that? It was. Let me make sure Ultramark. Well done, sir. Well done, Ultramark. I'm assuming, sir. I see Mark. But for the win, yes. Let's points to you. There they are. You're a couple coins away from a 1-up there, I think. Yeah, we should tell him. No. But that's terrific. Okay. One problem down. So now we can write the configuration, we can save the configuration, we can write the configuration. From that configuration page, right? And there's my configuration. Yay! That's so cool. I feel so good about that. So now, right, we save the configuration for channel, which goes into my configuration actor, right? Saves the configuration, does the save, and it says notify channel of configuration update, right, to the channel manager actor. When it receives that notification, receive update channel with that configuration. I only need to do this tell if, in fact, that channel is available. So if channel actors contains key channel name, if it doesn't contain it, return. So we can do a little bit of guarding there so that it doesn't try and find this and go. HR Book asks, how is .NET Core 3.0? It's spectacular. It's real and it's spectacular. Is that what she says in that Seinfeld? So now I can save my configuration. So I have a configuration out there, and I can pass that configuration around, and it's going to be there we can start to write our feature. Would exclamation point tell dot message do the same thing? Question mark. So this is doing a null check. If that's not null, do this. Yeah, I think it would. I think you're right, it would. Let's give it a shot. Nice Seinfeld reference, says Snoopaloopy. I think so, yes. But why is it so nice, asks HR Book. There's a bit of decoupling to make the various features, to separate them out, so it's a little bit easier to interact with some of these things. Let's see if we get the error back here. Yep. No, it still hits it. This is, right, key not found exception, update channel with configuration, which is right here. That, right, it isn't jumping through that, right? It's throwing key not found before it hits that. So, good idea, but there's also significant performance updates. Of course, there's always performance updates with a .NET Core release, but it also includes the server-side Blazor framework here, which is the performance of this is tremendous. It looks and feels and behaves very swift, very quickly that it interacts with things. Let me bring that over here, configuration. There it loaded up, that looks fine. I'll change this back, save, and no errors. Good. Like magic, it works. Right now I can go somewhere else and come back to that configuration, and it's got my updated thing. Fantastic. No JavaScript needed. Just horses. Just horses. All right. It's almost like that. So we've got that working. The next piece we need to build is the widget. We've got the ability for this to do its thing. Next up is the widget. What's the user activity train look like? And let me see. Is she streaming right now? This is a feature for our friend Imperial. She's about to start streaming. Let me see. If she's just starting streaming, maybe we can open a Discord channel and talk. So, let's see.
101. Yes. Yay. Your life for the horde, right? 2 cubes. How's tabletop going?
Let's see if she catches up with us. So what is the Pixel Bot about? The Pixel Bot is, yes, that's me. Okay. All right, we'll catch up with her another time then. The Pixelbot Codescu this is intended to be a multi-tenant chatbot. It will manage multiple channels. So I can tell it to join this channel. I can tell it to join, who else is streaming out there? Who can we pick on? CLW is as well. CLW, there you go. And it's not showing up there. Cannot start a hub connection that isn't. Let's see. Refresh. Oh, we broke something in our logger. Yep. So we're going to need to fix that, but it should start logging entries from both of these. So... test. Yeah. Broke this only slightly. And we'll figure that out as we finish and we start working on now implementing features and bringing them in, hooking them up to their own SignalR hubs and interacting with them. It's log. It's so simple. It's easy to set up and run.
What rolls downstairs, the owner in pairs, rolls over your neighbor's dog. What's great for a snack and fits on your back? It's log.
Yeah, it is. So that's where we're going to pick up next time. Let's wrap up. Let's close everything down here. Cancel this, close this. I will close that. Go back over to my console window. Look at this. So good. Look at all those files updated. Ooh. All right, let's add everything. Let's commit. And I feel so good that we got that configuration working. And great call by Ultramark on that. Okay. Let's see. Finished configuration and storage of feature configurations. There we go. And I will push that out. Interesting, it didn't ask me to sign that. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. Yeah, we're about to jump over to the Dev Intersection channel. I don't have the ability to raid from here right now. Raid over to there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to come back. I'm not going to raid. I'm not going to host. I need to get some configuration set up with our friends Richard Campbell and Kathleen Dollard, and I will be back on the Dev Intersection channel. Thank you, Hugo, for that shout out. I'll be back over there in about 15 minutes after we get everything tuned and set up. All right, everybody? But I'll be back here, normal time Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. No, wait. Today's Thursday. I'll be back tomorrow, right? Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific, and we'll have a great time, as always, right here, and we're going to start building this feature. I'm feeling pretty good about this. We'll fix some of those other things that we saw in there around logging, and we will build this follower train feature. All right, friends, I will see you on Dev Intersection in just a few minutes. Take care.